line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's race day. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Prepare yourselves for this one, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to see what happens when we bring Super Late Model Series to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is going to be one long and tough draft pack road, but only the best can come out on top in this one. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, Christian Schreiber, joining you guys here today. You got 20 heavy hitters coming at you today in this race, and a field star-studded lineup just full of talent beyond their nature and beyond their control. It's going to be one heck of a ride coming your way right here on the show. Let's take a look at our starting lineup here, presented in part by our friends at Goat Racing Diecast, LLC. On the pole, the number 19, it'll be Tyler Dalton on the outside, and the number 27, that is going to be Ashton Crowder. Row number 2, and the number 02, it is Shannon Wood, the outside. In the 2, it's Mike Kelly. Row number 3 is the 09, is Zachary Fountain, the outside, and the 84 at the end, Calatoni. Row number 4, the 009, Bobby Wetzel, the outside, and the 04, it's Doug Sigmund. Row number 5, and the 22, Alan Wildman Wild, and the outside of him in the 127, Kevin England. Row number 6 is the 10 of Ryan D. Cook the outside. The 112, it is Joe Hudson. Row number 7 is the 43, is Samuel on the outside. And the 7 is Scott Simley. Row number 8, that will be piloted down by Charles Van Schaik at the 23 the outside. And the 26 at Fauci. Row number 9 is going to be Cody Sturgill. And the number 24 the outside. The 11 is Ron Holyfield. Row number 10, the final stars of the field. Brian Wordman in the 74. The 96 is Jerry Livingston. I believe I might have mixed Scott Simley there in the 7, so if I did, I apologies. Well, that is your starting lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for this one. This could be interesting here. Powerful Dodge is up right up ahead right now as Dalton and Crowder prepare for the drivers to launch off here. Run down the gas, run down the speeds, and you just get a good look at what these cars are just about to do. They will leave nothing on the table and put everything on the line to get this win. The question I have, who walks out on top and who walks out the victor? Green flag is out, 80 laps to the distance in Vegas. Well, you want some speed out of the gate. That's certainly going to give you something to think about. The 02 Shannon Wood parking right behind the 19th Howard Dalton as Dalton takes the early lead. The SRT machine taking the advantage right out of the gate, trying to make do with a pace in this pace. He's getting off on the trackside here. That's the 009, or just the 9, if you will, Bobby Wetzel. Closing up gaps and pushing ahead. He's got Zach. He had old Ashton Crowder there right on his line of sight. Crowder not able to keep the car up to spec here. Charged up on the outside and pushed back down. Now Wild Man Wild, number 22, now going down low with the 127 of Kevin England following behind. Doug Sigmund, the 04, lingering his way right up there on the top right side there, looking to get some speed in the middle. I think the biggest problem right now with these cars is you're going to be having to push and shove as much as they can to get the speed going. But the thing is, the longer they draft, the harder it becomes to catch up to the field and then trying to find another line. Good luck with that. It's all about patience and timing here, and that's what these drivers are going to be facing throughout this race. Yeah, the crazy thing is these things aren't at full power just yet, but they are starting to approach and reach it. Well, you start seeing that yellow light start to slick on, that's when you know they got these things at max speed and the max horsepower. But you can even see too, just cornering and turning the car in, you've got to keep that speed and momentum up so much just to make it around the track. Obviously a lot can go right and a lot can go wrong. And you get in that trouble, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Doug Sigmund crashing in on turn number 4, the 04 with problems. Problems out of the gate there for the number 04 machine. We'll go to the Pizza Race TV Instant Replay. We got to look at this one. Presented by Go Racing Diecast LLC. Here is the Pizza Race TV Instant Replay. And it looks like Kevin England drove it up, takes the 04 with him, and his pursuit. He unfortunately takes a few lost souls with him. Ryan D. Cook trapped in it as well. Not a good spot there, unfortunately, and not where they wanted to end up at, and definitely a nasty, nasty little situation for all parties involved. We'll go on board here with Ryan D. Cook. Clutched it in and slammed it on the brakes. Try to get out of that mess as soon as possible. That's what they thought. Not so easy, I will say. For those tuning in right now, first off, thank you so much for coming on board here. We hope you're enjoying the show so far and hope you'll enjoy the rest of our time being. If you are brand new to the channel here, be sure to like and follow us up on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and never miss a race. We've got plenty of action from the highest to the highest, the craziest of crazies, and the lowest of competitors you could think. They always find a way to put on a show. So the field doubling up right now. We are going to get them lined back up into position. Not exactly the amount of length I think these drivers were expecting to go, but honestly, I'm kind of surprised they went as far as they did before something ended up breaking or taking these drivers for a bit of a shot in the dark. You gotta remember something, guys. These cars are not built for big tracks and speedways like this. They were built literally for the shortest of tracks, the smallest of places, and the toughest of races. So the fact that they're racing with what they got right now, you can guess what that kind of encompasses and what it'll detail. Defending champion Tyler Dalton coming out so strong in the truck series after catching a huge break on the guy behind him in Calatoni, making a grave mistake back in Phoenix. Calatoni probably looking for a little bit of redemption here for himself in the PT Race TV side of things. Let's see if he can get it done here as we're going to bring it back to the green flag off a turn 4 of the front stretch. Line it back. And let him roll. Mike Kelly, the number 2 right now, immediately trying to put the Valvoline machine up to par and up to speed. Gets crossed up there by Calatoni. Calatoni dropping it right down to the bottom. I'm noticing too, they're having to really lay off the speed. They're trying to stay onto that bottom lane. And then when you get back into that draft line, it's all of a sudden just trying to shoot your car up more as it goes. Shannon Wood, the Sim 500 machine, trying to keep his place in here. But he knows one thing for sure, he's not going to take down Tyler Dalton on just sheer speed alone. Dalton's going to be extremely difficult here. The field is taking a close eye on anything else crazy that happens here. Every driver for himself right now. Kevin England, kind of surprised to see England doing so well out of the gate. The 127 machine, he struggled really badly in Cup and in the trucks, and from what I was told on Xfinity, he kind of struggled there too. But this time around, looks like maybe he's starting to kind of develop a little bit of a strategy, a little bit of a game plan, a mindset there for this kind of racing. Back onto the pack right now, mid-pack side of things. Cody Sturgill having a little bit of a run there with the number 7 Scott Simley as the 43 of Sam Morrell and the 22 of Alan Wild. Hard on the nose and on the gas pedal with Ashton Crowder driving the 9 machine. Yes, there's a bunch of 9 cars out there, but this one is custom numbered for the 9, and instead we got the Sim stamped on the 27. So do not worry there. We do know who is who for the most part. Speaking of who is who, this might get a little confusing. Same skate scheme, different numbers. Thankfully, because of that, we know that it's Cody Sturgill looking to take the race spot away. Got a huge run there coming from Alan Wild as they look to run their way back in. Samuel Rell, last season in the Cup and Trucks, did not get a single championship race win or a win in general for this whole season. Samuel told me earlier he just cannot let that happen again. He will fight and scratch and claw everything he's got the next time he gets out there. Not too shabby right now for what he's up to, facing up with these guys. But he knows the focus of determination will always be the thing that defines them, and drivers will always define themselves for what they can bring to the table and bring to the track. Zachary Fauci, the 09 machine right now, hanging back low with Tony, England, Kelly, Wetzel, Wood, and Dalton. Despite being in the 6th spot right now, you'd think he's just kind of cruising. Well, now he's not cruising no more. That's some bumper action there off that front straightaway there. Gets right into England now for that back half. Lined him up from turn 4 and then decided to go for the run. Shot his gap in and then set it down into the tables. One thing they don't want to do right now, though, is get too close up to the marbles where the track starts to kind of tear them out a little bit. But it looks like this draft line is starting to now become a factor on Dalton. Look at how Wood is now kind of caught up and chucked his way into position. He's making a great speed of drive here and taking the engine take for what he can get. A lot of openings to work from and a little bit more of a shot in the dark to take in between. Dalton, Wood, Wetzel, Kelly, and all them in the mix of it. Now Tony way back into that pack there. Looks like maybe just trying to save his tires or save the car up for a big draft line here. Extremely clever and diverse move. It's going to be a tough move to work from. But if you can nail it down, it's probably him that will end up on top of it all. Looks like a little bit of a pack starting to brew. They want to try to get the outside line to work and then try to cave off the corners. It looks like it worked for Kelly here. He managed to squeak his way in between Wetzel. And you can just see too just so much aggression these guys are getting up there. They're having to run so much harder now and having to fight in between. It is truly like a pack race, if you will, and it really encompasses just how difficult these cars are to work and to confuse off of for these kind of passing opportunities. Side by side still, Wetzel and Kelly not giving any inches here. Meanwhile, crossing up ahead, Dalton and Wood and Wetzel in the verge and in the mixed tube. In the back of the pack right now, Charles Van Schuyck. The number 23 machine has now crossed up 5 positions here. Caution flag is out on the track. Almost all 3 wide scenario there. I'm not sure where the cautions are brewing from. I don't believe we have any stage cautions here, so I'm not sure what down there. It doesn't look like it. No, we did not have any stage cautions, so just competition. So I guess this would be a competition caution or a thing of debris out on the track. Wow. It just get a little excited too, man. There was getting some good racing in between there. Those guys up by front and then the guys in the back of the pack narrowing down these corners and narrowing down this kind of racing ordeal. But unfortunately, did not quite go fully according to plan. So we'll have to see how much of a difference maker that does for them. From pit road, it looks like Alan Wild staying out, Shannon Wood, Tyler Dalton, all of them coming right out on top of it. Alan Wild going in at pit road on lap number 5 here, so strategy point of accuracy is being what he's taking to the table. Everybody else deciphering their own ways, their own little bracket here to see what they can do. Still gonna double them up here, roll them back onto the track. We are now intensifying and engaging the field up for another leg of the race. 1/4 of the way done. More time to be at it though. Wild making a very difficult decision, staying out for the 7 more laps that he's going to be put into. This kind of run, this kind of ordeal, it becomes much more incriminating and tougher to handle if any mistakes are made. So Wild needs to be very, very careful about letting any of these drivers catch up to him and try to break him down a few pegs here. We're running right back down off of turn number 4 here, straight to the line, back to the green, drop them down. Here we go again. Let's see what happens from here. Man, Wild just got left in the dust. Shannon Wood, Bobby Wetzel immediately jumping up to the lead. And I think honestly what that had to do with was fresher tires, more fuel, and more control. May have made the difference right at the gate, honestly, for what it's looking. But in the back down, right up ahead, Janet Wood, Wetzel out of the lead. Wild staying right with them though, not out of it yet. Cal Tony, you saw back behind Kelly and Dalton, just trying to stabilize up a little and keep the car in checks. Racing good in spirit right now. Wetzel, honestly, much better entry, but his exit isn't quite what it needs to be in the straightaways. It's actually better for Wood. Wetzel trying to change that though, and it looks like actually did get it to change. He's going to drive a little bit more in the middle, power it up. He does get enough run. He'll get to the bottom again. Or will he? No, he decides to stay up, looking for the lead, and he's got it locked up there. I'm impressed. That was pretty impressive there. But now Shannon Wood with a draft back and a partner set. Looking to now change that. I think I might have been a little too late for Wetzel to make his move now. He realized that could have been a huge mistake. The other drivers in the pack right now kind of fighting in between. Almost 3 lights saluting aloft. Scott Simley, Cody Sturgill, and Ashton Crowder going head to head there for just a brief fleeting moment. You're on board with the Valvoline number 7 right now. It's Simley switching from his usual Heineken machine to a little Valvoline. I'm not too sure how I feel about all that, but that is okay. Meanwhile, also now charging back up, Charles Van Schaik went as high as 7 positions up last time. Now he's looking to take it even more as we go 3 wide, saluting for the race lead. Watch out for Mike Kelly right now. Again, can't come out with a win whatsoever in any of his races. Came so close, I don't know how many times, but now he's looking to try and change that here. Looking to kind of stick down to the route and stick down to the track side here. Good opportunity here between Wood, Wild, and Kelly to make some serious adjustments and ideals on how to make this car work in this kind of draft, this kind of tempo and pace. A lot harder than it may look to us, though. Well, caution's out on the track. Caution out on the track. Problem down there. Watch out, Dalton. Don't get yourself in any messes down there, buddy. Looks like it might be on the number 23 of Charles Van Schaik here. We're going to go take a look at the Pete Maurice TV instant replay and see what went wrong. And yes, indeed, it was the 23 of Van Schaik. Let's take a look at it here. Let's go right back onto the front straightaway here. See the 112 catch behind him. Trying to bump draft him, and that was a little too hard. He went from being bump drafted to just slid drafted. Literally looked like the whole thing just got kind of caved off from underneath him there, and there was nothing he can do about it. What a nasty little spill he just took from the 112. Yeah, I don't think Joe Hudson meant to do it by any means. Usually those two have been pretty good about racing at each other, so what the reason was there, I am not totally sure, but I do know one thing is for sure. Van Schaik is not going to be too thrilled at having to find a way to wrestle back through these cars. Shan Wood, Alan Wild, and all of them going to go into pit road. Probably a smart strategy there on the 22's half. He really had a big little bit of speed there, enough to kind of hang in for the most part on the start, but everything else after that just kind of turned into kind of a shoot, kind of a crapshoot if you can figure out what happened from there. Now he's going to have to kind of work his way into the field and work his route up a bit more. Coming out of pit road, Wood, Dalton, Wetzel, Harrell, Calatoni, Crowder, Bowdy, Simley, and Holyfield, your top 10. For those at home wondering at home, I know we have said before that our previous races were just a little fun while we was on vacation. Well, guess what? We are back full-time with the Tuesday night series. Any more updates on the Saturday stuff, we will let you know, but we are back and ready for this one. We're doubling up the field again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get them riled up, set off, back for the track side here. It's great to see you all back on the show here again. Thank you all so much for tuning into these races, these calls. It really does mean a lot to us, and we cannot do it without you. If you like what you see, of course, always be on the lookout to let us know more about what we can do and what we can do to improve and make this even better. I can promise you we will eventually still work on getting a new PC built so we get some of the graphics settings up a little bit more. But right now, let's just say life's a little bit difficult on that. So more support, more time we get, more chances we get. Plus, also, guys, just heads up out there, we do have Wednesday nights open as well for the broadcast channel. And we'll have a few Thursdays open up as well here for just a brief time. If you want your broadcast done by us and want some events race call us up on Pizza Race TV. Let's get back to the green flag. We're back underway. Launching away out of the gate right now, Wood and Wetzel doing their usual. Dyer Dalno right behind him, getting some serious momentum off that gap. Ron Holyfield, the number 11 machine, keeping some good traction, good control as Mike Kelly parks up right behind him. Every driver for themselves, as I always say in these broadcasts. Don't make friends out there. Just try to work with whoever you got, then try to take on whatever you can. But with a car like this on a track like this at the same time, you literally have to really think carefully about when and where you get tires, when you decide to push your limits and push your luck. Because races like this will throw you for so many curveballs and take you to your absolute limit in so many regards. And we're getting a good taste of that here, just seeing these drivers going at it the way they are. Jerry Livingston in the number 96, you can see him still controlling his destiny and racing his way through these battles. He's been at this game for a long time, guys. We've known him for quite a time here on this show, and he's been one of, if not the most characterized drivers out there. Always willing to put on a little show and always willing to race it out with the best of them. Not too shabby out of the gate here. Charles Van Schaik, we talked about earlier, having to work his way back in from the mess he got himself up to. Going head-to-head against Seth Foudy here in the number 26. Foudy, one of the higher I-rating guys out on the track. And honestly, you got a high I-rating, it usually means you know a thing or two about how to race with it. But laying back low as he is at the moment, kind of surprising to me, but nevertheless, it is working out for him, and that's, I think, what he wants to really kind of core to. Some up top drive in there from Mike Kelly, the number 2 machine, immediately trying to rip it up to the top and take it back onto the bottom and left it off the lane here. Easier said than done, though. Obviously, there's a lot that can go right, there's a lot that can go wrong. Bobby Wetzel, the number 9 machine, or the 009, if you will, whatever, trying to get to the 02, Shannon Wood, and take the race lead away. Shannon Wood earlier making a great little run out there and making good little speed boosts on the dens here. Looking to show up the drivers and show off everything he's got to the table. Kelly packed up on the outside again, and you can see he's trying kind of a strategy Wetzel was doing earlier, which is just driving way up higher and getting it swing back into the middle lane towards the bottom as he possibly can. Now the thing is with Las Vegas, that's the normal route you take in a Cup or a Truck Series machine. But for this case, having to kind of maneuver through in such a large amount of quantity, a large amount of control, really starts to kind of hinder yourself and really toe the line between craziness and heavy artillery and racing, making for such an interesting display. But the same token, you'd think maybe by now they learned their lesson. Maybe not. Trouble. Alan Wild getting into the 02. We got one going for a ride down there. Zachary Fouty taken for a huge collision course. No caution though on the track. They continue to stay green. But Alan Wild and Samuel Rell have wrecked off turn number 4 into the pit road. They will not change the course of the race. They stay green. I'm honestly kind of shocked by that decision. Not that I feel like it should have warranted a caution, but actually just because there were multiple drivers that in the previous times usually got the caution flag out in terms of the race and where they're at. But this one, no, they did not. Coming up for the race lead, look at this, Mike Kelly, man, and Shannon Wood. These two have gone at it plenty of times before. Looks like we're going to get another taste of it. Wood parked up on the outside. Kelly on the bottom lane, trying to keep him stable. I guarantee you right now, Shannon Wood is just thinking more and more about how he has not had a chance to really showcase his talent, get himself back into victory lane in quite some time. Here on Feature Race TV anyway, he does have a couple wins to his name, but Mike Kelly Man, you want to talk about a runner-up or an underdog story come to life? I think it's really him. He always was there and he always was fighting. And then you had a guy like Cal Tony who I really love the way he just is in general. But man, his racing attributes has been he'll win it when he needs to. But there's just that form of broadcaster curse or bad luck, if you will, that almost kind of pertained on him when he really least expects it. Got him in the very first race in the Truck Series, and got him in the very last race in that same division. Nevertheless, Talking Giants is still versus the world, and only one can come out on top. Wood and Kelly, though, right now they are the world in front of that 84, and they are currently holding him back quite a ways. Tyler Dalton, the number 19 machine, nicknamed the Reign of Terror, as he's been dubbed. And so many people ask me about it. Why did we nickname him the Reign of Terror? Well, thing is, you got to remember, he won the most in the trucks, he won the most in the Cup, he won the most probably Xfinity. That dude just was an absolute terror and a menace to anything in racing society. If anybody wanted to go out for a race win, he'd just go out there and he'd say, oh, you wanted that race win? No, you can't have it. It's mine today. That's the kind of guy he was. Not saying he's a bad guy by any means, but as a driver, man, you just do not care for that kind of stuff. You want to try to take them down and beat them out, but off the track, you can love them all you want and be good, cool with them. That's how it usually works. Still a huge charge for that race lead. Kelly and Wood not giving up an inch to each other. But Kelly right now, I guarantee you, is probably burning up that right side tire there really badly. Just trying to nail in each turn, kind of keep the corners off while at the same time trying to side draft and muse the aerodynamic dependency of this car right now. Dropping out on the bottom lane, Cal Tony way down low, got sent off a little bit. Not sure what went wrong there for the number 84 machine, but we are on board and you can see too, this is what these drivers are working with right now. The wheel is literally about to just fly right out of their hands. If they make one wrong move with that thing, they are holding everything they got to the wire there. Well, Mike wants to make a little bit of a drip down to the bottom lane and get ahead of Shannon Wood, but Wood won't let him through. Still anybody's guess here, and we're trying to get to the back of the pack and see where the other drivers are, but these two just won't leave each other alone for the race lead. Top on the view, high side in our blip cam right now as we linger our way through the mile-and-a-half long Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Raw power and the raw experience and speed these things bring to the table, creating a unique display of raw speed and power connecting to. Well, we got a chance to kind of see what the other drivers are doing in the background right now, and so far it's been pretty much kind of takers and goers. Crowder darting in the second spot today. Pack stacked up in the 11th position right now, not looking too good. Ron Holyfield in the 11, moving up there with Charles Van Schaik. Van Schaik looking to gain more run on everybody, and now he goes up against the guy that literally spun him out on the front straightaway just a little while ago, then Joe Hudson. One thing I'm starting to notice too, you can tell such a huge run's kind of coming from these cars. They're getting so much speed lingering off and power at the end of the turn. It's kind of impressive to say the least. Until that happens, 3 wide down on a turn 1 and 2. Oh, but Schaik can't hold this one on. Then McDonald's 23 goes for a spin, gonna try to refire it for it's too late. Caution's out. He got the caution out. And Mike Kelly too, I believe, took the race lead away from Shannon Wood just in the nick of time. It looks like he did, so that's going to force Wood into a very tough little spot. As we go back to the replay here, let's take a look at Van Schaik. Not exactly what he had in mind, I'll tell you that much. Watch this. Got right on the apron. Look at it. Left front wheel. Just barely clip it. Doesn't have all four down. And that left front was just enough to send his way on around to the outhouse. Oh my. What a horrible break there for the 23. But a big break there for some other drivers who knew he was going to be coming for him. See Hudson right there caught Simley off guard. Then Schaik thought he was all clear. And then tried to refire before it was too late. A little too late though, unfortunately, and he couldn't get anything going with it. What a tough break there for the 23 DoorDash machine. Shannon Wood, Mike Kelly in the pit road. Tyler Dalton also in the pit road. Fuel sets for these drivers. Kelly out first. Wetzel coming out second. Then Kyle Tony, Shannon Wood, Tyler Dalton. And Cody Sturgill rounding out that top 10. Hudson, Simley, Crowder, Foudy did not go into pit road. A very interesting little strategy pinpointed up on these guys right now. Or excuse me, Foudy did go, it looks like did go into pit roads. So, or no, he did not. So yeah, I was right. Yeah, Foudy did not in pit road. Crowder, Simley, and Hudson there. Just reading over my lap timing there on pit lanes. And it looks like Foudy might change his mind here the way this is starting to look. Maybe he's starting to kind of see the error of his ways. Maybe he's thinking, if I don't get into pit road now, oh boy, I could be in for a mess. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Double them up here. We got 30 laps remaining on the scene. Crowder getting down to the bottom lane, trying to keep the tires cool, trying to give himself some breathing room here. You gotta be wondering, though, with the way that a 20-lap pace difference is going to make on those tires, there's 4 guys to get around. This restart could get ugly. Hudson right now lined up in position. Everybody else going to have to crawl back up to him there and get set as well. Run him down to the GOAT Racing Diecast LLC restart zone. Lights flicker on. Let's get back to it. Crowder wasted no time on that restart. Oh, and he certainly did waste time on taking somebody with him. Hudson wrecked out. Everyone trying to evade him, trying to avoid. Get out of there, guys. Oh, my. Caution out on the track for obvious reasons there. What a terrible little hit right out of the gate there. Crowder wasting no time. Hudson tried to block him. And maybe, I guess, in some ways, some racing karma for Charles Van Schaik. But I don't think he really wanted it to go like this. Tough. Man, Hudson just got completely taken for a ride here. Crowder went right below the white line. I don't know if that's exactly legal. Then he pulls this move, which, had he not gone below the white line, I may have forgiven him, but that was definitely a bit aggressive and egregious, if you ask me. Get a look at Mike Kelly's onboard camera here as well, see what he saw in that mix and what got him into trouble here. shifting through the gears. Catches the 7, and around we go. Thankfully, no other damage seemed to be taken on the car, but really any hits or any kind of bumps here that damage that car up, it's going to be a lot harder to drive from there. Not sure how the drivers feel about that, but the fans right now probably not too happy if they lost their Hudson or they lost their Kelly here. Definitely a wild, wild scenario here in Vegas. These guys right now gotta be just looking carefully at the overall pace, the overall scenarios that they've ran into so far today. Here we go now. 25 laps left to go. Get ready to mash that gas pedal down. Get ready to feel the power and momentum and horsepower that only you can bring to the table when you let these crazy cats go at it like this. Here we go now. Off the distance from turn number 4 here. Back onto our restart zone. The Go Racing League boys now have their hands score cut out for them in the Super Series. Here we go. Crowder immediately getting a run out of the gate. Trying to get away from Wetzel, Foudy, Wood, and Cantoni, and with Connor Dalton lingering back there in the back. Cody Sturgill kind of the gap that bridges off for these drivers in that draft as well right now, and they know that that could be an extremely tough ordeal to trust in one driver to keep them at it. Oh, Crowder, oh boy, did he get bumped, did he get nudged, 1-9 to another 9, that was definitely Wetzel saying to him, watch your step, but he's going to have to wait a little longer. There's trouble down there. I think my broadcaster curse just got another one. Jerry Livingston, the 96 machine, comes to a screeching halt in turn 1 and 2. Well, Crowder catches a break for now, but what the heck happened to the number 96 here? Let's go to the replay. We're 3 wide saluting here. And, oh, looked like Wild just came right up on him there too quick. Sigmund got in there as well, and next thing you know, everything else just completely went chaotic. Oh, ouch. Not a sign you want to see in any type of racing, but that's just kind of the feel you run into sometimes. What's this run from Wild here? Look at the speed he carries in. Probably didn't have enough time to back out of the throttle there and just ended up kind of catching it off guard there. But nevertheless, nasty, nasty little hit for the number 96. Hope Jerry is okay as he refired the car up. And you know what's even kind of more depressing, if you will, for the drivers, is that they don't get any instant repairs. They got nothing. They run what they got. Field right now just kind of lingering up again. Momentum starting to become even harder and harder for them to really control to. Well, the field doubling up again. Looks like Wetzel trying to maybe send a message, if you will. Field going to work their way right off around turn number 3 into 4. Crowder caught these guys in a bit of a pickle earlier, got into a bit of a mess, then he got a little of them upset where he got a little nudge before that caution came out to try to get him out of the way. What happens from here? It's up to them. Green flag's back out. Let's throw them down again for 20 more laps. Another strong start from Crowder. Shannon Wood, Tyler Dalton, Bobby Wetzel, Calatoni, and Seth Bowdy right now. They're all trying to get the momentum kicked up a bit, build the speed, build the drive. Initiate the draft train. Get the cars lined up, get the airflow to smooth out the track. And then whatever tires are left on the machines and whatever is left in the fuel tank, pull the brakes and make the momentum work as best they can. Rack them around right now. Ron Hoyt building number 11 machine going up there towards Ryan D. Cook and Samuel Harrell. As Samuel Harrell right now tries to get back on the outside and back underneath him, if you will. Looking for any kind of run or whatever he can do in this case here. Kevin England, though, it's getting a little interesting. 3 wide down the front stretch. Remember what happened last time, though. Could happen again. England backed out. He knew what was going on. Saw the way this was starting to form on him. He knew it was going to be bad. Meanwhile, to the top, here comes Wetzel, moving smoothly and discreetly That's the thing I like about that SRT9 machine. It's how controlled and optimistic he's keeping the car right now. But at the same time, he knows if he's going to make a run on Crowder, he's got to stay as close as he possibly can and enforce his lines, enforce his limits. Gonna reach him right around. Look at Dalton now. He's even starting to make a bit of a bridge up to that gap. Getting past that number 9 machine though, which one you may say, well, the Crowder one, that's the one that's going to be the toughest one to get to. Jerry Livingston with a blown motor, and Alan Wild sounds like he might have just had a blown motor too. We're trying to get to him there. Wait a minute, look at Wood! Shannon Wood right toward the bottom. The 3 wide, the 3 win. Oh, caution's out though, caution is out. And did Wetzel get ahead of Crowder before the caution came out? It looks like he did. A glorious 3 wide battle stopped there dead on the track as Kevin England brings out our caution yet again. But what happened this time here will be subject to debate until we see it. Let's take a look at it. Mike Kelly and him getting into it. England, oh, he tried to save it. Oh! He couldn't save it. He was already around. That was a pretty good little save, though, he tried to pick up. Let's take a look one more at a time at it. Watch as he comes right off turn number 4 here. Gets into it just a little bit. See Mike Kelly came down. Just nowhere to get out from. Badly damaged up car too. That right side is completely tore up and bent in. Sheet metal and fiberglass. Gonna be a lot harder to figure out from there. And Ashton Crowder right now losing his race lead now has to face Wetzel at a higher speed and a higher standard. This could be extremely difficult and prove to be a problematic issue for him. Momentum now becoming a factor more as we go. The craziness and the pace is starting to become more of a drive line issue and more of a center point issue too. And those that try to stay out later, try to stay on the mark, now find themselves in even more troublesome scenarios. Could force them to make some very tough decisions here, which is, do you push another driver to their limits, or do you push yourself to your absolute limit? Field just getting kind of figured out, trying to get a little bit more centered up, see what they can do here. you're getting ready for some more action here, guys, we're getting ready too. Safe to say this could get a very tough little position for 11 laps to go. Really, the fact of the matter is, though, you got all that momentum and all that speed and endurance levels. Everybody wants to get to the race win. Obviously, everybody wants to try to put themselves in the top of the markers. But when you got a situation like this is honestly the hardest thing to figure out, which is how do you even get through the field, then get enough ahead to stay ahead in the lead, knowing that everybody wants a piece of you and they want to take you down a few notches. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, roll him out once more. Go time. It's in the trials for the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Laps left to go right now. Tony deep on the outside, trying to stick with it. Crowder's going to do everything he can right now to get Wetzel as fast as he possibly can. He's going to look for every move he's got into the book. Crowder got a huge I rating to his name as well, so you know he wants to prove these boys as well as the fans at home that he is one of the top drivers out there. But in order to do that, well, let's just say you got to take down an old wily vet in Bobby Wetzel. Got the draft line hooked up. Now he just needs to get the car lined up. Wetzel immediately smelled blood in the water. He knew what he was up to. Tony almost catching Crowder off guard there. Had to back out quickly and get out of that mess. And in the midst of all this, Shannon Wood, the 02 machine, creeping in closely. And now probably a lot more faster than any of them are expecting. Coming down to the ends here. We are running low on laps. We're running low on time. 9 laps left to go. Oh, big bumping and big pushing. And you can see they are getting all sorts of out of shape. Crowder caught up 3 wide for second. Crowder trying to get out of there. Tyler Dalton now moving in. Charles Van Schaik in the mix. Still 3 wide. Which driver makes the mistake? Who gives the brakes? Who gets the inches off? Shannon Wood thinks he's got the inches off. Straight to the inside. He found a way around Wetzel. And Van Schaik, not been to victory lane in a while either. He's looking to try to take this one home a few notches. A late burst of energy and speed in the draft pack now starting to become more effective and more apparent. You just can't let up on kind of gaps like that or let up on other drivers in that scenario. Wetzel, Van Schaik, Tony right now, top 4, Dalton, Sturgill, and Crowder in that mix there, back around the tracks. One of them going straight down the edge there. Couldn't quite tell who that was. Oh, that was Crowder back there. I mean, Crowder, that was Sturgill. That was Sturgill. You see how difficult it is to tell whose car is who sometimes? Paint skis on them, literally making me think like we're driving a Formula 1 race right about now. It's hard to tell who's who. Meanwhile, right up to the lead here, Dalton, Kelly, Wetzel, and Woods still on it. Tony's still back right in that mix, trying to use Wetzel as a bit of a pushing spot. Maybe a battering ram of sorts as well. Anybody's chances here could be in stake. 5 laps to go this time on by. Top 5 coming on your screen. There's the big Packer Bruin back there. Mike Kelly, man, talking about a drive back up to the front. Started 4th, he's in 4th. Hard chargers right now, kind of low on this one. Van Schaik 7 spots. He was your hard charger, and he was literally up in the half. So he was 10 plus over for a bit, but now he ended up throwing himself back into the mix there, and now off the rail and out of the loop. Sammy Arell creeping up there a little too. I don't know how much more he's got left in the tank, but he might have a little bit enough just to take control of this one. 3 wide off Crowder. He's going to push his luck. Pushes the gap in on the middle. He's going to try for everything she's got. Beautiful racing going on. That's some spectacular battles going on for the race lead. Cal and Tony, big jump and push for Crowder. Wood trying to hold him down. And they can just hang on. Crowder gets another drive off on him. He bumped and nudged him out. He's trying to bump him again. Throw him into the middle. 3 wide. Wood knows he's kind of trapped up there. Cal and Tony trying to get out of it. Crowder, though, I don't know what kind of deal he made with the devil, but my word, he is in Sin City for a reason. He is taking full control. Wetzel getting punched around again. The Dodge 9 and the SRT 9 trying to hold on. One driver's going to have to give it up, though, or make a mistake. Or if it's going to go straight to the line, then you best know we're counting that time limits up. 2 laps to go. Can they get it? Oh, no, they can't. No, they can't. Tire down upside down and flipped around off turn number 1. I was just going to say, can they get it to the line and then race from there? No, they could not. A green-white checkered is in order. 2 of them will be exact. But Tyler Dalton, man, talk about a ride and a half he just took. Watch this. Just got the slightest bit smacked up into him there with the number 84 of Calatoni. Wild, unbearable wreck to say the least. Not what they wanted to see and not what I bet you the 19 wanted to feel. What a horrible hit here. It's crazy how things just go so silent in a heartbeat too. So now this is going to be probably their toughest part of the race they've faced yet. One more time around the track to get them all squared up, maybe catch their breaths, Get the carbonation out of the car. Roll them up and rally up the speeds and power to their fullest potential. Ashton Crowder, Shannon Wood, Bobby Wetzel, Mike Kelly, Samuel Rell, your top 5 so far. You know, out of the bunch right now, too, honestly, my personal favorites probably be Van Schaik or Samuel Rell. Not for any reason against Wood, Wetzel, Kelly, or Crowder, but the thing is, Van Schaik, he's clever. And he's already shown he can move positions up so easily with just a matter of pacing and timing. Harrell, I've seen him do this before where he'll kind of be bunched up back for a bit, but then all of a sudden, when you least expect it, he can just mount and charge a run that is unbearably unlike anything you can see and imagine. Will one of my 2 picks be the guy that comes out on top? We'll see, but I'm just hoping my broadcaster curse stays out of this one. Crowder gonna get another chance to take this win away. After a fight out between him and Wetzel and other drivers, he managed to make it work just in the nick of time. But robbed yet again of another 3 wide balance on the line. Will we get it finally this time? Or will we get something just as crazy hit it? Crowder gonna have his work cut out for him. Shannon Wood looking to finally break a losing streak and not get himself as the runner-up anymore. Mike Kelly looking to do the exact same philosophy and ideas. Wetzel, Van Schaik, Harrell, all they want is to prove they still have what it takes to win. Somebody's taking this victory home. Who will it be as the green flag flies back on out? Oh, Crowder immediately just dipped it to the bottom. He's walking that draft off. He knew what was going on. Wood, Wetzel, Kelly, and all them moving up. Samuel Rell. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, Sammy, I'm just going to say it now. I am sorry I just gave you the broadcaster curse, buddy. I should have known that would have happened. I should have known point blank that I was going to give him the old broadcaster curse. And it just so happens to strike on one of the guys I said was probably going to be a tough little runner here. Look at the replay here, see what happened. Looks like him and Joe Hudson getting into it. Oh, ouch! Hudson not catching any breaks today. Neither was Harrell. Harrell, though, honestly, he's probably lucky, feeling pretty lucky that he didn't end up on end over end on his roof there. That was a nasty hit. Hey, credit where credit's due. That's wall riding like a boss right there, so I'll give him that. But the damage has been done on the car. And now that will elude us to one last green-white checkered attempt. They messed this up. Well, it's game over. Wherever you started, wherever you were in that time before that caution came out, it's where you finished. Well, guys, we really are getting ready for this one here. We're going to line it back off from the front straightaway here. This is their final green-white checkered attempt. Sammy Orell pretty much all but done it out in this one. Crowder, Wood, Wetzel, Kelly, Shike, Cook, Holyfield, Simley, Foudy, Sturgill. The last remaining drivers in the top 10 with feasibly a chance at it. Like we said earlier, Shannon Wood trying to break a long-running losing streak for his team. Mike Kelly trying to just get this thing in the victory lane. Crowder, new to the show, first time out, puts on a performance, but also probably made a few enemies with him. Although I really don't think he seems to care or mind very much. Bobby Wetzel, been on the tail end of that 27, or the 9, excuse me, and now he in the 9 trying to bring it to the house here. Opportunity brewing. You can feel the intensity, you can feel the tension, you can cut it with a knife here on Pizza Racing TV. We have one last chance and attempt at this. What will they do? They are lined up and stacked up, ready to go. The initial start will be what determines this one. Fans looking on, all on their feet. Nobody is sitting down right now. They are ready to go. They are ready to see this play out to the end of this one. For the final time, coming off turn number 4 to the green-white checkered restart zone. Which driver wants this one more than the other? Which one will take it to the end? We'll rail them down to the Goat Racing League, the Goat Racing Diecast LLC starting zone. Green flag is back out. We're ready to roll this one to the finals. Wetzel immediately getting right on Crowder. Immediately jumped ahead of Wood. All the other drivers just trying to stay out of trouble at this point. Maybe hope for a break, hope for a little bit of luck. Lady Luck's on somebody's side, but which one will it be? Mike Kelly down there moving around a lot. You gotta be careful. Can't get too crowded or too crazy with it. Rolling it up, Bobby Wetzel. Big move coming up. White flag in the air, and that's going to be a drag race now. We're finished this one in a green. Who's it going to be? Wetzel, Crowder. Woo, boy, hold on. They are not letting up, boys and girls. This could get interesting. Crowder fighting 2 for the price of 1. Shannon Wood to the bottom. This could be it. 3 wide salute through 3. Down from turn number 4. Which one will it take it to the line? They're coming to the line virtually even to the finish. Not to the drive. It's going to be Shannon Wood by a mere nose to the line, taking it to victory lane. Oh my! What a performance, and what a final move coming off turn number 3 down to turn number 4. Shannon Wood taking it to the cleaners, and he's going to be taking it to a few casinos after this one. What a race. Oh my goodness. He gave it everything he had throughout this race. Got passed up, bumped around, taken out a few times, and somehow, some way, he walks out on top of it all. What a performance by the number 02 of Shannon Wood, and what a race all around, guys. What a race from these drivers. Solid effort, solid time. No one gave an inch. Well, we gotta go talk with our top three drivers now. Let's look at our race results before we do so. Safe to say, Vegas showed us what it can really do when you let craziness mix in with a little bit of fun. That was impressive for Shannon Woods type racing here. He taking home victory. Ashton Crowder started back in the back. Had to go from the back, worked his way back up to second. Bobby Wetzel going to go third. Charles Van Schaik, tied hard charger, goes 11 up. Mike Kelly going fifth. Sixth to Ryan D. Cook. Seventh to Ron Holyfield, the other hard charger, tied with 11. The eighth spot goes to Scott Simley. The ninth spot to Cody Sturgill. And Seth Fauci putting on a heck of a run. It almost looked like he had something in store, but unfortunately did not quite go according to plan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk with our drivers here. Coming away today in the third spot here, Bobby Wetzel now joining me onto the call here. Bobby, congratulations taking another podium home, but man, talk about having to really deal with old short track racing mentality on a track that really is not built for that kind of stuff. What the heck was it like to have to face this Las Vegas Motor Speedway with the Super Late Model just getting nudged around so much?
I mean, it's typical super late model at these tracks. You get a lot of momentum. It's all about keeping your momentum up. It's like a mini Daytona, but it takes skill, unlike Daytona.
Yeah, I was about to say the Daytona there obviously kind of always set in precedent for what really kind of makes and takes it from. But nevertheless, though, Bobby, I gotta ask you. I mean, this series, I know it's been more of a kind of a fun series, but for you and the team, I mean, has this kind of give you guys a little bit of a break from all the excitement and craziness of the championship with just a little bit more fun and just all around insanity here?
Well, for me, I mean, this was my vacation for the week, so I finally get to play around and run a couple races. Race last night, race tonight, and for me, it's just a stress relief, that kind of deal.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Bobby, as you come away today in the third spot, who do you want to thank here?
I just got to thank Joey and everyone at Sim 500. I mean, we had a heck of a finish there. That three wide banging off each other. I got to thank Ashton and congrats on Shannon. I mean, he's my teammate, and it's good to see him get a win. And just thanks for everybody and you guys for putting this help putting this on for with us.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. We can't wait to see next time out here, buddy. Congratulations taking home third.
Thanks.
Bobby Wetzel, ladies and gentlemen, gonna go home in the third position here. Coming away today in the second spot, though, Ashton Crowder making some names and making some tames here. Ashton, what a performance there and a hard run there you had on the track. Definitely got a bit aggressive there at times there and a few crazy moments in between. What was going on down there in that number 19 today?
Yeah, I mean we're just racing really hard. I know a lot of people were pissed off at the move off the restart going low, but I mean got a really good jump, and I was like I might as well. So it wasn't even my fault um, that it resulted in what it did. So kind of just is what it is. I hate that a lot of people got wrecked in that because it just sucks. But put together a pretty good race. I felt like we were pretty close on fuel for that final restart. It was pretty scary, but everything leading up to that was pretty perfect. So couldn't ask for too much more.
You asked for too much more, though. I got asked about this. I mean, you came off turn number 4. It looked like you and Wetzel were just going to take this to the line. All of a sudden, Wood just snuck underneath you in turn number 3. I know it was a really difficult time to kind of fight and battle out from there. I mean, could you do anything differently there from the final lap in your mind?
I could have blocked into 3, but I felt like the run that I was gonna have in the middle was gonna be good enough to cover off that inside line move. But I just don't think we had enough speed going into 3 to really make the inside work. Um, oh my goodness, sorry. I got Casey Kerwin's Twitch stream pulled up and they just wrecked big time in the Coke series. That's sad. Um, anyways, so yeah, I mean that really sucked. So I wish I could have blocked that. Looking back on it, but even if I would have blocked it, I probably would have wrecked myself and then would have looked like an idiot. So um, kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't there really.
Well, at the end of the day, Ashton still putting on a remarkable performance and definitely won for our show today. So, as you come away today in the second spot, is there anybody you want to thank you for this one?
Yeah, Seth and Charles for letting me race. You for putting on the broadcast. Big shout out to team sponsor BC Lunartech. They're continuing to put in a ton of money into our programs and stuff, and just really cool. So it's allowing us to have really good race cars. Obviously, this is fixed, so it doesn't really count, but it keeps it fun. So yeah, but everybody at the drill spill, Tracy, Mike, Seth, so on. Just really appreciate it, and you know, it was a good run. So I'm a little disappointed, but I'm glad we got at least the top 5 out of it.
At least the top 5 out of it, and still got a whole week to kind of relax and catch your breath and get ready for the next one. Ashton, congratulations taking on home second today.
Thank you.
Ashton Crowder, ladies and gentlemen, making quite the debut on the show. But there's one driver we haven't heard from in a while in Victory Lane. Definitely this guy right here, Shannon Wood. Way too long has it been since you've been to Victory Lane, and man, did you come out swinging with a performance like this? Talk to me about this one, good sir.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. Had a pretty good car all night. Man, I was real comfortable on the bottom there, and I just thought at least if I could stay on the bottom up toward the front all night, at least I'd get a top 3 out of it. But had a shot there at the end. I took it.
That shot there at the end, indeed. Now, I'll ask this. I mean, dude, like you just said, turn 3, you shoot for the moon, you shoot for the stars. Coming 3 wide of the line, were you even thinking at this point, did you finally have this one locked up, or were you just kind of throwing it in the air and calling your shot with the dice in your hand?
I was pretty much just throwing it in the air, man. I told Bobby on the restart. I said whatever happens if I get behind you, I'm gonna stick with you all the way to the end. And then they got to kind of tangling up on the last lap on the backstretch back there, and I got a heck of a run getting in 3. I didn't let off. I just stuck it right down in there and let her ride.
For you certainly did indeed, Shannon. It's been way, way too long since we've heard from you in Victory Lane, but you are finally back. Who do you want to thank you for this?
Yeah, man. Got to thank BKP Art, Sim 500 Mafia for all the help they do, man. A lot of help comes out of that team. I couldn't do without them, that's for sure, man. Sim 500, and y'all guys for broadcasting the race, man. It's awesome.
It was awesome. It was great to see you back, Shannon. Congratulations. Well earned and deserved, good sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner in Vegas, Shannon Wood. What a performance from the Go Racing League Diecast Super Series here. The Super Late Models put on a performance, to say the least. We will be boasting the race of the season here, so we cannot wait to see you guys back out on the track. We'll be off next week for Labor Day, but until then, we will see you all very soon. We have a broadcast coming up for sure Thursday. We'll see you about tomorrow, but for now, be safe out there, everyone, and have a wonderful night.